Our primetime matchup, the Tigers of LSU against the Crimson Tide of Alabama.
When former LSU coach Nick Saban took over at Alabama, this longtime rivalry exploded in its intensity.
I gave the game my love, gave it all I had, with everything I got. You can never take that back. I put my blood, sweat, and my tears, dedicated for years. I am my brother's keeper. I elevated my peers, made history with victory. It's our turn now. Let's go now. Can't slow down. Oh no now. It's our turn now.
Right corner of the end zone. Tigers win. Brian Kelly says we're gonna win this one. Wow.
Yeah, it's our turn now. We will rise from the fire. We will rise from the flame. We will keep raising higher till the whole world knows our name. It's our turn now.
Welcome to the SEC. That's what you signed up for. The pride, the tradition that has played here before you is on display tonight. 1, 2, 3,
Everybody's got to be all in this. We got to go seize the moment. Now's the time to go fight the fight.
Here come your fighting Tigers. Here come the Crimson Tide.
If this doesn't get your blood flowing, nothing will. So let's let the blood flow one more time, shall we? The 88th renewal of the Tide and the Tigers. Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, Alabama is the site. And the Home Depot SEC on CBS brings you a battle of ranked teams, as it always seems to be. The matchup. In from Baton Rouge, the Tigers of LSU, ranked number 14, against the 8th-ranked Crimson Tide of Alabama. Always a classic in one of the great rivalries in college football. As you take a look at the standings, in the SEC West, Alabama alone on top. LSU just one game back and hoping to draw even. And there's Ole Miss after a thrilling win today, also at 5-1. Welcome, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler. My partners are Gary Danielson and Jenny Dell. And, you know, we saw those great moments, partner. The great players, great coaches, national championships. And we get to do it again.
I'm ready. Think about this. In the 16 matchups since Nick Saban has returned to college football, this game has reproduced 8 national champions. 6 for Alabama, 2 for LSU. The game's so good, the loser of this game one time was the national championship. I expect the same thing today.
Well, it seems like the West always goes through either Baton Rouge or Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa. That's where we are tonight. When we talked to Nick Saban yesterday, we talked to him about Jaden Daniels, and he just looked at us and said, if there's a better quarterback in the country, I haven't seen him yet.
I think he's right. A year ago, Jaden Daniels solidified his history at LSU. You do that by beating Alabama. They were big underdogs at home, and Jaden Daniels led the comeback late in the game in overtime, and then Brian Kelly goes for 2, and they steal the game from Alabama. They go to the SEC championship.
Alabama giving up 16.5 points a game. It might not be those great Alabama teams that barely give up any points, but they're getting better, and they've got guys at every level.
They do. Their defense seems a little bit more like a Nick Saban defense the way they play. The team has that complementary look at every level. They've got the defensive linemen that we're used to stuffing that run and rushing the quarterback. Defensive ends, edge rushers. Dallas Turner, as good as anybody in the country. And, of course, Nick Saban has those corners. Man-to-man, all game. They'll have their hands full, but this is a good Alabama defense.
Alabama offense hasn't been what it's been over the years. They're only about 30 points a game right now, but we've seen Jalen Milroe in the last month and a half get better and better.
This is what's different about this game. Usually all 4 units are elite. The matchup between Alabama's offense that is getting better, as Brad said, is still in progress. Jalen Milroe is getting better, no doubt about that. Can they take advantage of an LSU defense that is not their normal defense? That guy is their best player. What impact can he make?
Tide rolls in at home. And from Baton Rouge, here come the Tigers. Jenny Dell, third member of our team on the field. Jenny.
Well, for years, the storyline of this matchup has been about Nick Saban and his connection to both programs. But now the tide has turned, and there's a strong connection felt on both sidelines. We're talking about LSU head coach Brian Kelly and Bama offensive coordinator Tommy Rees. Now, Rees was a quarterback under Kelly at Notre Dame before eventually joining his staff as a QB coach and then an OC. Kelly tried to bring him to LSU, but Rees stayed in South Bend for another year before heading to Alabama. Now, Coach Kelly, he knows how competitive Rees is and that he's molding this Alabama offense to fit their personnel. And Rees told us he's trying to take the emotions out of this game since, guys, this is the first time that they are on opposing sidelines.
Rees, the 88th renewal. Alabama leads it. 55 wins for the Tide. Gary talked about last year the overtime in Baton Rouge and the two-point conversion to Mason Taylor that sealed that one for the Tigers. You can just get that feel when these two teams get together and you see the crimson jerseys on one side and the white on the other. You brought up a great point. That's always the way.
It's always the way it is. Yep. The home team LSU likes to wear white. LSU is going to defer.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Now, we talked about all those championships. We haven't even get into all the players that have come through here in this game.
Absolutely.
Over 100 of future NFL great players played in this football game.
2007. That says it all. The light show going on at Bryant-Denny Stadium. A packed house of over 100,000. And it's a perfect night for football. 63 degrees, clear skies. The triple header of our games today on CBS. What a day of football. And let's cap it off in Tuscaloosa. 55, 27, and 5 through 87 meetings. They've split the last 4. And at one point or another, if you're going to win the West, you either got to go through Baton Rouge or you got to come through Tuscaloosa for the most part. Nick Saban, 17th year here, a national championship at LSU, as Jenny said, and then 6 more in Tuscaloosa. Brian Kelly only in his 2nd year as a head man of the Tigers, but did a fabulous job last year after moving over from Notre Dame to get them the West title and a shot in Atlanta. Both these teams hope to have a shot in Atlanta. Dybert to kick, and here we go. Kendrick Law will watch this one go over his head. And they'll bring it out to the 25. And with that, our lineups brought to you by Papa John's. And it all starts with Jalen Milroe. 3rd season at Alabama. His 9th start out of Katy, Texas. And he has really grown leadership-wise and talent-wise at the all-important quarterback position for Alabama.
His teammates love him. I think the fans of this Alabama program love the way he competes. And no doubt, LSU will see the best form of Jalen Milroe that has played all year.
Jace McClellan in the backfield with him, along with Kendrick Law. Jace McClellan. And he got about 3 as we take a look at the rest of the Alabama offense. Looks like this. Speaking of number 2, we'll highlight him. Coming off a season high 150 a couple of weeks ago in a win over Tennessee. Alabama 8th in the conference in rushing, which is a little off their norm as well. 2nd down at 7. Milroe straight drop. Jalen's going deep down the near sideline for Burton, and he threw it over his head incomplete.
Yeah, keeping that ball on the field to play. Give Burton a chance to go up and get it. He loves to do that.
Take a look at the defense for LSU. They've been hurt in the secondary, Gary, and Javian Toviano is going to have his hands full tonight.
They did. Transfer corners, they've lost 4 of them. Different reasons, but they are down to 3 true freshmen that we will see in this game at the cornerback spot.
Zy Alexander, one of the key injuries for LSU, along with Mekhi Wingo, 2 guys that would have been starters, not in the lineup tonight. So here's our first third down of the ball game. Third down at 7, just inside the 29. Milroe down the middle. He's got his tight end Dupree, and Dupree's got a first down out to the 40-yard line.
Well, Tommy Rees, offensive coordinator, Jenny talked about him. What he loves about Jalen Milroe, even though he's been sacked a lot, is how calm he is in the pocket. Usually a guy that gets sacked as much as he does, he's got those happy feet. He never does.
35 sacks have been given up by Alabama. McClellan off the left side for about 4. Here's the guys we're talking about that they would love to have in the lineup. Zy Alexander, Mekhi Wingo out for the remainder of the season, had surgery.
Yeah, and flipping on the game tape, you talked about last year's game where Jaden Daniels played so well. But I'll tell you, Wingo was a force the whole game. They will miss him as well.
Pick up a 4 for McClellan. Second down and 6. Isaiah Bond, the motion man. Milroe looked that way, now steps up in the pocket. Crossing route. Might have been hit as he threw. Intended for Niblack.
Got pressure from the outside. Braden Swinson, number 13, got outside. I think he beat Latham that time. No, he actually had the tight end blocking him. Dupree, that's a tough matchup for Dupree to handle that edge rusher. Got his arm.
Rodell Williams now will check into the backfield. Second, third down occasion on this opening drive for Alabama.
Last time, no pressure. Will LSU come this time? Looks like it. Oh, they did. They would have.
And we got a flag or a timeout?
I think LSU called timeout.
Timeout. LSU.
Yes.
It is their first.
So LSU got the timeout called before the snap. So they'll gather around Brian Kelly. The Tide around Jalen Milroe, and we'll see what happens when we come back.
Want to see where your team stands? Just tell Siri. Show me the college football rankings.
Brian Kelly was blowing a gasket over that timeout call.
Yeah, he was. Not to her, to the officials. He wanted to go, what is going on? Who called timeout? Who?
I'll tell
Coach?
you who.
Yeah, Coach, tell him. Major Burns, number 8. Watch this. Going across, timeout. And Brian had the defense, but Major Burns didn't.
Exactly. Third down at 6.
Well, they could bring pressure again.
Alabama 43% on the year. The third down conversions. Milroe stands tall and now in trouble. Down he goes. Perkins has got him.
Yep. Coming off the edge, the matchup against Caden Proctor. The weak spot of that Alabama offensive line all year pops up again.
Ogofu was there as well. The number 4, the guy Gary talked about in the pregame.
Left side, help, even got help with a chip that time from the tight end and still got in there.
That's a pretty good play.
Yep. Gets chipped. Then his quickness, look at the side of him. You know, 230, 235. He can be a force.
So that brings out James Burnett to punt. Gregory Clayton back and backpedaling for the Tigers, calls a late fair catch around the 14-15-yard line. Just 12:28 remaining first quarter. Papa John's lineups, and we bring out Jaden Daniels, second season at LSU. Started off at Arizona State, transferred in last year into Baton Rouge, and we've seen him play since he was 18 years old, back in a Sun Bowl game when he was with Arizona State. And boy, has he grown leaps and bounds, and he does it all. Great passer, great anticipation, His yardage and touchdowns right up there with the best in the nation. And here he is on the first snap from the 15-yard line. Daniels running out of time and running out and away from the Alabama defense as he picks up 7 or 8. Caleb Downs, the freshman safety, had to make the stop.
Yeah, Deontay Lawson, number 32, comes off the edge, pushes the running back right back into him, digs, and almost had the sack, but this guy's tough to corral.
Second down and 3. Diggs, first down, and just barrels his way for about 5 yards. For the LSU offense, the rest of the group along with Jaden Daniels and Malik Neighbors closing in on 1,000 yards receiving. And he and Brian Thomas make one tough duo. Their numbers they're putting up, we'll talk a little bit more about it later, but they match up with some of the best duos LSU's ever had. Eye-popping numbers. Daniels fires on a slant and in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Neighbors, and it was broken up by Malachi Moore.
So Malik Neighbors usually lines up in the slot right there on the inside, more of a stop hook. They used this matchup against Brian Branch a year ago. Looks like there's going to be a penalty on this play, previous play. Probably hitting the quarterback. Was there a late hit?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Daniels, I was following the ball as well. I'm sure we'll be told.
Foul. Or not. Roughing the passer, apparently the call, although we didn't get it from the referee. First down anyway by penalty at the 42. Josh Williams in the lineup in the backfield for the Tigers. Daniels is going to throw it to him out in the flat. And Daniels gets about 5.
Let's go back to that last play, the roughing the passer penalty. We couldn't figure out what it was. We just assumed. And how that can't be roughing the passer. There's got to be something else somewhere.
Even the players are looking around like, what was the flag about?
I mean, you're not allowed to trip on the playground, but out here, you know, I mean.
Well, it would have helped if the referee would have turned his mic on and told us about it.
I hope it wasn't roughing the passer.
If it was, it's the worst call we've seen so far this year. Second down and 4. Williams, he's got a first down and still keeps those legs driving as LSU moves into Alabama territory.
So 4 out of the 5 offensive linemen for this LSU offensive line played in this game a year ago, and that time they ran right at Dellinger, number 72. He played right guard last year, but both tackles, who by the way were true freshmen a year ago,
they've grown up.
Now they're seasoned vets a year later.
5 minutes into the game, no score, but LSU on the Alabama side of the 50. Mason Taylor, the tight end in motion. Daniels loads, going deep, man out, there's Neighbors, he's got it. Touchdown LSU.
By the way, off the slot against the safety, Malachi Moore. Does it sound familiar? Tennessee game a year ago. LSU is going to do the same thing. They're going to see if that slot man, that safety, which one of these guys will cover and help. No help on just right down the middle. You have to think in the Nick Saban defense, some bracket was busted by somebody. You don't see a safety with outside technique let their best receiver run right straight down the field.
You can see the frustration on Coach Saban's face for that very reason. A 46-yard touchdown. Damian Ramos in for the point after, up and good. So the Tigers draw first. An 85-yard drive. They got some help from penalties, but they got no help on number 8. 46-yard touchdown to Neighbors for Malik, his 10th of the year, and the Tigers lead 7-0. Jaden Daniels, his 26th touchdown pass of the year to cap that opening drive for the Tigers for the score. So LSU with the lead on the road. And from the 1-yard line, Kendrick Law will bring it. And he got it out close to the 25.
Ness, let's try to help out this penalty that led to everything. Here's the matchup right here. Will Campbell on Dallas Turner. It's hands to the face mask right there at the end. Watch him push him back. That's the call. It was quick, but it was closer than roughing the passer. Let's put it that way.
Jalen Milroe, 1 out of 3 for 11 yards on Alabama's opening drive.
So, and after watching that, if you're Alabama, you're thinking, we might not be able to play ball control here.
No, we're going to have to score.
You got it.
They start at the 24. Milroe, that wide open flat there to Kendrick Law. Got the corner and he's still going. And he flips out to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, this is a little formation that has been good to Alabama, and they're expanding it, coming into the backfield, getting Law running play action pass and using his quickness out of the backfield has been successful for them lately, and they're building on it.
Pickup of 16. Niblack settles in on the right side, the tight end spot. Jan Miller on the carry for Alabama. Ooh, took a shot.
They're even going to ask Kendrick Law to come in and do ISO blocking from that position. He's listed as a wide receiver, but tried to get in there and block someone.
Greg Penn, the leading tackler for LSU, shows you why. That big hit. After a pickup of 4. 2nd down and 6. Again, a different looking formation for Alabama. Now they move out of it with 2 tight ends and the tailback to the top of the screen. Milroe looked that way, wanted to come back the other way. Now he might have to do it with his legs, and he did. 1st down.
That's the similarities, okay? These quarterbacks, when you think you've got them in the pocket, both are great athletes. There's probably Jalen Milroe's as fast as any player on this Alabama football team. I don't know if he's going to win the race, but he would be in the race. And you can see him run away from the rush and make a 1st down.
Got around Perkins at the very last to get that 1st down. Play fake. Milroe throws the out. Got it complete. And that's to Prentice, Kobe Prentice.
Different way to use your slot receiver. They call this a sail route. Bring your slot into the middle of the field and then find the opening. You'll come in here and out to the sideline, clear it to the outside, have a back in the flat. All 3 layers are covered. Plenty of time to throw.
Jermaine Burton away from the ball, getting tangled up on the other side. Tommy Rees told us yesterday we want to get Kobe Prentice involved. Well, he did there for the 1st down throw to the 23. And now it's Milroe all the way. Jalen Milroe will walk in. Touchdown, Alabama.
Hey, remember how Jalen Burton got hit in the face? Watch him keep his calm and play the next play and get a key block to the outside of this play for Alabama. There's the block.
There it is. Sealed it off. Jalen did the rest. Will Reichert in for the point after. Up and good. Midway, 1st quarter. The Tide and the Tigers deadlocked at 7. Jalen Milroe, 6th rushing touchdown of the year. And we're all tied up. Stay in the know with CBS Sports HQ, the 24/7 network that brings you the latest news, picks, scores, and highlights of all the sports you love. Watch CBS Sports HQ anywhere, anytime, all the time. 7:14 remaining 1st quarter is our time. And our tie game between the Tigers and the Crimson Tide, courtesy of Jalen Milroe's 23-yard touchdown run.
That's one thing we're sure of. We're not going to have a 9-6.
I was waiting how long you're going to take to bring that one up.
We're looking more like a Burrow type guy.
Yeah, like maybe 2019. Huh?
Way it's going to be one of those, it looks like.
Will Reichard's kick. Their catch taken for at the goal line. And as they bring it out to the 25, it's time for Do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot.
And one of the reasons, if you have a tool, like, you know, the guys are always proud of something they have in their toolbox. I got the most powerful saw. Well, the deep ball, Jalen Milroe, so proud, second in the nation, throwing the ball over 20 yards. The only problem is in this game,
there's another tool,
and he's got one a little stronger. Okay, and he's already showed it in this game with his deep ball for the touchdown.
No doubt. That one was to Malik Neighbors, 46 yards. So now it's LSU from the 25. Daniels throws the out and in and out of the hands. Nice play by Terrion Arnold over there on the corner, intended for Lacey.
We talked about Nick Saban's pride and joy, bump and run to the outside. Kool-Aid on one side, Arnold on the other. Two of them take a lot of pride in doing that right there. It's the slot and the safeties. Nick said, I'm worried about safeties. We don't have a lot of experience at that position.
Crowd getting loud for the first time tonight. Second down and 10. Quarterback draw, Jaden Daniels in the open field. He's got 20 or more, and then he sits down at the end of it, just on this side of midfield.
So one of the things you talk about when you got a running quarterback like Jaden Daniels is you want to hit him. You want to make him pay a price. The problem is the guy is hard to hit. And when you do, you watch him pop up. He has a toughness about him.
No doubt. 24 more yards on the ground for him, out to the 49-yard line. Grinding for about 4 is Diggs, the transfer from Notre Dame. Alabama defense. Chris Braswell, there was a question mark. He's the other bookend on the side from Dallas Turner, second on the team in sacks, but he's out there and is playing and did start tonight. Good news for the linebacking corps for Alabama. Second trip into tied territory for the Tigers. Second down and 7. At the 48, and a whistle and a false start.
False start. Offense. Number 2. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Kyron Lacey with the false start took an early jump. And the Tigers of 2019 that we were talking about, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Neighbors and Thomas have better numbers right now. I didn't think we'd ever see that again.
No, I thought it'd be a few years before we talked about it like that. And this is the first step for those two guys, and getting in the NFL and duplicating with those two guys at the next level is the next step. Yeah.
And
another timeout. The crowd will be more enthused. They're feeling they're part of the game.
They are right now at the 5.5-minute mark, first quarter. And now Taste Your Tradition, presented by Sonic. 73 Alabama football team rolled through an undefeated regular season led by running back Wilbur Jackson, the first black American to be offered a football scholarship by the Tide. Although they lost to Notre Dame in the Sugar Bowl, the coaches poll still named them the national champions at season's end. And earlier today, another star on that team, Sylvester Croom, celebrated 50th anniversary of that championship. Along with some of his Tide teammates, they were honored on the field before the game. Congratulations, fellas. Doesn't seem like it's been that long, but okay, 50 years. 5:31 remaining. LSU only has one timeout left, and we've still got 20 minutes to play in this first half.
You know, the noise is affecting the LSU offense, but it's also a challenge for the Alabama defensive backfield because they have to communicate as well.
Low snap that Daniels handles, has plenty of time. And he's going to go deep again. Into traffic this time and broken up, intended for Neighbors. And it was Jalen Key who was shaken up, but made this play and knocked it away.
Yeah, this time Alabama kept a safety deep in the back end right there. And he looked at the quarterback, and was able to get back and help out on the play.
And you said that Nick Saban's worried about the amount of depth at safety, and he just lost number 6 here, at least for a play or two. We hope not much more. Holding his left hip, it looks like.
And you can imagine LSU fans are going, wait a second. Both of them were into the body of the receiver before the ball got there. Should that not be called?
And that's Jalen Key going to the tent. Christian Story has come in to take his spot in the secondary on a 3rd down and 12. Best team in the country on 3rd down conversions. Daniels throws short. Taylor, the tight end, didn't get there. It'll be about a yard shy, I think.
Brian Kelly now sensing the type of game it is. Short yardage, powerful offense. Will he go for it? Just slip the tight end, chip, and then go out, getting it close for a 1st down.
And Story's the guy that just came in to make the tackle that left him that much short of the 1st down. And here they go, 4th down. Brian Kelly and the Tigers are 5 out of 9 on 4th down conversions this year. Will it be Jaden Daniels? Although he's in the shotgun, he's got the wheels to pick it up for sure. And again, a low snap, and he's going to throw for it. It's broken up by Malachi Moore.
Great job reading this rub play by this Alabama secondary and the veteran Malachi Moore. Number 13, watch the short motion, and the Alabama defensive backs have to switch. Then Malachi reads it and runs right for the receiver. He didn't even look back for the ball. He just ran, stuck his arm out, and timed it perfectly.
So the Tide takes over on downs as their defense stops a 4th and short. We'll see if that ends up being any harm to the Tigers as Alabama's offense takes the field at the 42-yard line. Jalen Milroe throws short to Isaiah Bond, and Bond run out of bounds as we check in with Jenny.
Well, it's hard to believe, but in the offseason, Jalen Milroe doesn't spend a single second on running drills. He's focusing all of his time on his throwing program. He told me, why waste time running when it's God-given? He said in-game his intent is always to throw the ball. Now, if there's time, of course, he's confident in his abilities, which we've already seen tonight. Guys, Milroe said he's ready for whatever Coach Tommy Rees calls.
Well, when they involve him in the running game, they've been a much different and better team, that's for sure.
And they gave a little taste to LSU of what Alabama faced with that little slip out to the sideline right there. That hurt Bama last year.
Milroe gonna go deep. He does this well too, but Niblack can't get to it. Incomplete.
Niblack, the kind of hybrid tight end slot receiver, lined up in the tight end position right there. Gets out, good one-on-one. That's who to go to. He had him, just slightly overthrew him.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, you dream of a matchup like that if you're a quarterback, the middle linebacker on your hybrid tight end wide receiver.
Quick snap and a toss to Jace McClellan. He got to the edge and got the 1st down into LSU territory. Looks like LSU was shifted.
I thought
down
LSU had 12
defense.
men on the field right there.
Yeah.
I don't think he got off to the outside. I think they had 12 anyway.
Alabama went with the quick snap. They got the toss, and they got the 1st down anyway. But
yeah, by the way, that is a reviewable play. Matt House in charge of this defense for the 2nd year with Brian Kelly, defensive coordinator. Came to LSU out of the NFL with the Kansas City Chiefs.
1st down, Alabama at the LSU 45. McClellan trying to weave his way through some traffic there. Got a couple before he stood up.
Remember, this is the matchup that most people, watching the game, whether they're experts or casual fans or fans of each team, said this could be the matchup that decides the game. It's the great offense of LSU against the great defense of Alabama, but which one of these struggling units is going to have the better football game here, and that could determine the game.
Jam Miller comes back in at tailback for the Tide on 2nd down and 8. Milroe over the middle, completes it to Bond, and Isaiah Bond's got a first down.
Ness, you said Jam Miller came into the game, and you know what he did? Picked up the blitz. Watch him step up and take on the blitz, number 26. You got to go meet it. Don't wait for it. And he goes up and meets it, and that cleans out the easy throw.
So Alabama moving it methodically down the field to the 34-yard line with 2.5 minutes to go in the quarter. 3 receivers to Jalen Milroe's right. Jermaine Burton is to the left, and now Dupree, the tight end, comes into the core of the offense. Milroe, plenty of time. Far sideline, got it to Bond. First down.
So it's an outside technique by LSU. He has help to the inside, does Sage Ryan, but he still gets beat to the outside. He has a safety inside there, Ness. He cannot get beat to the outside of the field.
That was a long throw, and it was perfect. 22-yard pickup.
Calmly throwing the ball downfield. Both of these quarterbacks love to throw those 20-yard shots.
So in the red zone for the Tide at the 13. On the run is Milroe, and he got somehow through that traffic and got to the edge. A good game.
God-given. I'll tell you that. And he could run the first day he came here. What he needed to work on was his quarterback play, reading it, calmness. He's doing that, but he can always produce this.
Had some nice stiff arms along the way.
Yeah, the last one could have been face mask.
Right.
But rarely, I've seen it called, but rarely is it called. That one could have been.
So Alabama can get a first down around the 3-yard line. Right now it's 2nd down and 5. Everybody in tight. And under center is Miller. And he's going to be about a yard shy. Major Burns again in on the tackle.
Last year's game, Bryce Young was in it. What hurt Alabama in this game is twice in the first half, they got the ball to the 5-yard line against LSU in last year's game. One, an interception, next a field goal. Let's see if they can punch it in.
Let's see if it's a quarterback keeper. It is. Jalen Milroe back in for the touchdown. Put it in reverse and score.
I don't know if this was the design, but it sure worked because Jam Miller jams him into the end zone.
And Milroe's got his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night.
Points were left on the board a year ago, came back to haunt Alabama. This time they stick it in the end zone.
Will Reichert in for the point after. Remember, this all started after the Alabama defense came up with a 4th down stop. And then 58 yards later and 9 plays later, Jalen Milroe, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. The Tide rolls to the lead. Jalen Milroe, a good first quarter for Alabama with his legs, as well as some timely throws in that last drive. 3rd time this year with more than 1 rushing touchdown. The kickoff goes to the 4-yard line to Jackson. And nice job by Alabama's coverage unit as he doesn't get out to the 20-yard line. Tomorrow, week 9 of the NFL on CBS. Outstanding interconference matchup between the Seahawks and the Ravens. It all starts with JB and the guys on the NFL Today. Tomorrow, NFL on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell here late in the first quarter in Tuscaloosa. Tonight, 21 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, last year's game was low scoring until the 4th quarter.
Yeah, the final score was deceiving.
Exactly.
Really. Might be the final play of this quarter. 3 receivers to the left. They're going to keep it on the ground and straight ahead out across the 20. Goes Logan Diggs, and that probably is going to do it for the first quarter. The number 14 and number 8 having at it in Tuscaloosa. And the first 15 minutes comes to a close. LSU struck early on the long ball to Malik Neighbors from Jaden Daniels. Jalen Milroe answers with 2 rushing touchdowns of his own. And at the end of one, tied 14, Tigers 7. SEC on CBS enters quarter number 2 at Bryant-Denny Stadium. 14-7, Alabama in front. LSU second down and 5 from the 22. Jaden Daniels going to try to scramble out of trouble, and he got away from everybody. And here he goes. Daniels' second long run of the night. Tiptoes out of bounds with a big gain.
So that time Alabama chose to have Justin Eboigbe, number 92, as the other defensive end in the game. See him on the right side of your screen. Only one fast defensive end. I think it was Dallas Turner, might have been Braswell, but they did not have speed on the field, and that's why Daniels ran away from it.
A 28-yard gain that time, right to the midfield stripe. And maybe a 3-yard gain for Diggs. At the end of the first quarter, Jenny caught up with Nick Saban.
Coach, how do you like Jalen Milroe's decision-making in the first quarter?
He's done great so far. You know, we got to take what the defense gives, and I think he's done a good job of that. They got a little pressure a couple times. They got to do a better job up front.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Minute into the second quarter, second down and 7. At the Alabama 47 for Jim Daniels. Directs his troops and sets Neighbors up on the left side. Daniels the deep drop, scanning the field. Again being pressured, throws on the run. And he threw a strike to Neighbors. Wow.
Man, let's say it. You know, you have the field watching him of just, he can do whatever he wants. If you're not in his face quickly, and just a 3-man rush this time by Alabama. So he stands there, but watch when he rips the ball loose afterwards. That ball is thrown.
So first he does it 28 yards with his legs, and then he throws this rocket right here, 22 more yards to his favorite target, Neighbors. And just like that, LSU's down inside the Alabama 25. They bring an extra man. Daniels had it tipped. Almost intercepted by Deontay Lawson.
Yep.
Somebody got a hand on that one.
They did. Yep. Good protection by that offensive line up front. But just at the end, they almost off the helmet that time of Oates.
Yep. That's the way you use your noggin, Otis.
Yep. Jaheim Otis, number 91, pushing, getting some push in the pocket. Got close enough, didn't he?
Yeah.
We have not seen any of the triple option package where they put Mason, number 86, in motion and then run that option where he slides out in the flat so effective a year ago.
Straight run this time. Diggs nothing doing. Back to the line of scrimmage if he's lucky. Eboigbe's there. And it's going to be 3rd down and long. This year, these Tigers remind us a little bit of the Joe Burrow Tigers of 4 years ago. First in a lot of categories.
Yeah, but this is by far the best defense they've faced all year. At Florida State to open the season, but this one is a stiffer test.
Here's their biggest 3rd down of the first half so far. Taylor in motion there. And now settles in. Daniels.
Nothing.
And whoa, did he get rocked that time? Eboigbe again.
Collapse the pocket. Those big front men for Alabama. Remember, one time Daniels gets outside, but inside they're squeezing him and nowhere to go.
Ooh. He's going to feel that one all the way to the sideline and then some.
That's what the Alabama defensive linemen are taught to do. get your hands on that offensive lineman, peek around, and then shed him and make the play.
Damian Ramos in for the point after, or in for the field goal attempt, 47 yards. Kick on the way, no good. Wide right. Had the distance, but it just stayed out there. His long on the year was 48. That attempt was 48. Not this time. (14-7) Alabama as you look at the end zone from our AT&T pylon cam. Jalen Milroe's been in the end zone twice. Malik Neighbors has been in it once, courtesy of a 47-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Daniels. But the first 3 possessions, first a punt and then back-to-back touchdowns. Alabama looking for more. Milroe loaded it up, and now he's not going to be able to get rid of it. He goes down with the sack, and with that, we get a Heisman Watch update presented by Nissan. Here's Zook.
Yeah, Ness, we're also watching a battle between last year's Heisman winner and a leading candidate. Huge Pac-12 showdown. Michael Penix Jr. running all over the place for Washington. And the nation's leading passer finds Devin Culp to tie it up against SC 14 apiece. Caleb Williams, another candidate this year.
All right, Penix took about 20 seconds to get that play going. Got the touchdown. Here's second down at 13 after Jalen Milroe was sacked on the last snap. And now he's going to keep this one. Ooh. Well, he got some of that yardage back, and he let the defender know it over there on the corner. And that was Ashton Stamps.
Yeah, Ashton Stamps, the true freshman, one of the players that are filling in that secondary. He's going to get filled up on this one. But he stuck his nose in there. I mean, you can get knocked down. There's no embarrassment. At least the embarrassment is not to try to make the tackle. But how do you like your quarterback willing to do that?
Ooh. And both these guys are carrying the mail for their teams on the ground. Third down and 8. Jace McClellan switches sides, flanking Jalen Milroe. He's looking left. And now he's in a heap of trouble. He lobs it to McClellan on the run. Jace McClellan down the sideline. Big play on just a little shot put pass from Jalen Milroe.
How did he find him? How is that possible? He was cornered on this play. McClellan is right there, right next to him. He takes on a block, and then he just floats out. He was not supposed to be in the pattern. That is keeping your head up as a quarterback.
42 yards down to the 27-yard line.
Talk about calmness under pressure. Jalen Milroe, what a play.
Each team with 4 plays already and 20-plus, some chunk yardage on the ground, through the air.
Yeah, we talked about those deep balls. That was just a little shot put.
Right. And flags fly before this one, before McClellan can get going.
False start. Offense, number 81's 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
You know, it's funny watching the way this Alabama offense has opened up for Jalen Milroe. A lot of it is field position. Alabama's had the because of the 4th down play when they stopped them in the fake field on the missed field goal. They've had the ball in great field position. A year ago, Alabama started the ball at the 20, the 10, the 11, the 10, the 19. They had terrible field position in the first half. Big difference.
5-yard penalty makes it 1st and 15. Roydell Williams flushes out of the backfield up to the top of your screen. So an empty set for Jalen Milroe. Look out from behind. Lets it fly in the corner. Incomplete. Intended for Kobe Prentice.
Jalen Milroe never afraid to throw that ball downfield. He loves to throw the deep ball. Put it up. Give your guy a shot.
Andre Sam was the guy back there covering. So 7 of 11 for 128 yards for Jalen.
You know, with all the change in the secondary, you have to throw the ball against it, don't you?
This time he's going to do the quarterback draw. And got inside the 25. Major Burns made the tackle.
Throw it on first down. I don't know if this was even. I don't know if he made up his mind quick. I didn't see anybody pull and lead him out. That just could have been his making up his own mind. If the first guy wasn't there, I was going to get it out of the pocket.
Here's an attempted screen that really never materialized at all. And Greg Penn blew it up.
Yeah, do your assignment. You're going to bring on that secondary on the outside. The linebackers got to account for that running back. And Greg Penn right here, he's got the running back. Stay with him, beat the lineman there, and he does.
Will Reichard out to attempt a field goal. He hasn't missed a field goal or extra point all this year. Same story in 2020. He's the all-time leading scorer in SEC history. And oh boy, no good. Sorry, Will.
Both kickers slid it to the right.
You know, he's very capable of making that, and he knows it. And he knew that one was pushed. And we stay at 14-7. Midway second quarter, still 14-7. Now it's time for our reliable connection presented by T-Mobile 5G home internet. Jenny?
Well, Brad, Brian Kelly and Mike Denbrock have been together through many different stops. They were at Division II Grand Valley State for 6 years. Denbrock joined Kelly for 2 separate stints at Notre Dame. And here they are reunited at LSU. Coach Kelly said he was looking for an established presence that he trusts for the Tigers, guys.
There he is. The second guy in right there, Mike. 16 years together. They know each other and how they're thinking alike. Jaden Daniels now, the first down at the 29 after the missed field goal. John Emery in the backfield with him. Daniels zips it down the middle. He's got it to Neighbors, and Neighbors still going out across the 40 and a first down.
Look how open this is. Slot pass. Remember, he's the key receiver. Gets inside Malachi Moore, and that zone defense had a big hole in it.
First down at the 40. Pistol set here for the Tigers. And it's a keeper by Daniels, who picks up 5. We work our way down near the 6-minute mark in front of a packed house in Tuscaloosa. 88th renewal of the Tigers and the Crimson Tide in the SEC West in a battle for the top spot in the West. And for you Ole Miss fans, I'm not forgetting about you. I know you're 5-1.
I think they're all partying. I don't know if they're watching.
Probably are. 2nd and 5. Quick throw to the outside. This one's to Thomas finally. His other receiver. A guy that's putting up big numbers as well. Hasn't been a big part of the first half so far.
Just goes out to the outside, runs a little hitch all the way in. Inside receiver Anderson was also the transfer from Alabama. Ran a hitch the same way. Ball went to the proper guy.
Thomas actually has more touchdown catches than Neighbors. He has 11. Neighbors with 1 tonight has 10. So that's a 1-2 punch for Jaden Daniels, who set to throw on first down again. Across the middle, and that's Thomas again. So back-to-back times to number 11 for big yardage.
Boy, here's the theme of the day. Just throw the ball to your crossing routes. The Alabama man-to-man got confused that time. That was in and out coverage. And that time Arnold I thought you were going to take him because it's too late for me to catch up. Mistakes in the secondary by this Alabama coverage.
And a flag flies here after that 23-yard gain. Gets LSU down near the red zone again.
Defense, number 96. In the neutral zone with contact. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
And Tim Keenan, the guilty party. Here's the 2 guys we were talking about. One leads the nation in receiving yardage, and one is tied for the most touchdown catches. Not bad if you're Jaden Daniels going Yeah, I like both number 8 and number 11.
They're great size, both of them, too. Great targets, especially down here in the red zone.
Emery stays in at the tailback spot after a free 5 has moved the Tigers into the red zone at the 19-yard line. Taylor on the move. And Emery trying to go wide, and boy, what a first half 92's had.
He does. Saw him out there at practice on Thursday. When he wasn't in there, he had the script and he was reading them and he was telling everybody what to do. That's a veteran out there right now.
Takes his business seriously. He's had a serious good half on that defensive line spot.
We've not seen a lot of Braswell. He did not practice much on Thursday. We're told he was going to play. We have not seen much of 41.
He did start, but he's not there right now. Dallas Turner is in a track stance, though, trying to come after Jaden Daniels, who throws right over his head. Incomplete, intended for Emery. And he got twisted around and couldn't get a hand on it.
Yeah, he read the hot this time, but did not deliver an accurate pass. He reads coming off the edge right here, and he's going to give it to the back. That's who should get it. Give it to him. Not accurate. An accurate ball could have perhaps turned up at least for the first down. Braswell back in the game. Now they got their 2 edge rushers in on 3rd down.
Very even game so far in just about every capacity, except Alabama's got 7 more on the board. LSU's trying to change that here. 3rd down and 5. The crowd trying to be a factor again. Daniels throws to the outside. This one's on target to Neighbors, and he's got it 1st and goal around the 8-yard line.
Well, this is a very pretty rub. The motion, Alabama's a little bit slow getting on the motion. Watch motion, watch the slowness. He's behind the play all the way. Easy throw to the outside, and this one, as Ness said, accurate.
So a 1,000-yard season with that grab. Joining Josh Reed, 2nd player in school history with over 1,000 receiving yards back-to-back. Emery clears out of the backfield.
When they go empty, they love to run the quarterback.
From the 9-yard line, and it's the quarterback straight up the middle, and now cutting to the end zone. Touchdown, LSU.
Well, if I know it, LSU must know that Alabama knows it, and even if they did know it, they didn't stop it.
That's right. It looked like it was going to be a short game, but Daniels just kept wheeling it.
Up the middle,
right
sets
there.
it up. Yep, keeps Marshall in the hole by attacking inside, and then bounces out for the touchdown.
Damian Ramos in for the point after. Nice mixture of run and pass for LSU on that drive. So our quarterbacks with their legs, we knew it'd be a factor. 2 on the ground for Jalen Milroe, and now 1 from Jaden Daniels. Caps a 71-yard drive in 8 plays, and we're even again at 14.
Adam Zucker in New York with this Jeep update, and if you thought we had scoring in Tuscaloosa, we have a track meet at the Coliseum between Washington and SC. Dylan Johnson going 52 yards for his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the junior from Greenville, Mississippi already has a career-high 104, tied at 21 in the 2nd, guys.
Well, they've had some pretty good track meets there, Zook. Good game there, good game here. 21-21, the Coliseum. 14-14 in Tuscaloosa. Kendrick Law will bring it back for Alabama. Across the 25 to the 26. And that's where the Tide will go to work with 3 minutes remaining and 3 timeouts. Star-studded NWSL semifinals kick off tomorrow at 7 Eastern over on CBS Sports Network. It's all leading up to the championship game next Saturday right here on CBS and streaming live on Paramount Plus. Alabama on offense, all their timeouts. LSU only has 1, and 3:03 to work for Jalen Milroe and company. There's the numbers and the quarterback comparison. Pretty darn even.
So that beleaguered LSU defense got the field goal try that was missed. Let's see if they can get another stop.
Here's a little underhand pitch to Jan Miller, and that's going to be a loss on the play.
So Jalen Milroe, even though he doesn't like to practice running, has showed you that he can run. So far in the first half, might be as big a story as they are is the way they've attacked with Milroe in the running game. Follows Robbie Oots that time, and then the touchdown play blocked very well by Burton, Nyblock, and a walk-in.
On second down and 10, far side, good throw, Jermaine Burton, or is he out of bounds? Sideline over there was saying he was out of bounds.
Never trust the opposing sideline. They always signal not good.
Oh, he's in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. That's a defensive lineman, too, that's doing that. He's not in. So third down and 3. A big third down here to try to keep any kind of drive alive for
what
points.
are you going to do if you're Tommy Reese right here? Run your quarterback, a pass. Interesting call.
Milroe going to throw to Jan Miller on a little wheel route. Miller inside the 40 and down to the 33-yard line.
Wow, how about a great play call? LSU and Harold Perkins, they attack number 4. Perkins thinks it's going to be a short pass, but it's a deep one. Everybody thinks they're going to throw to the sticks. They go deep. Reese wins that matchup.
34-yard pickup, and now Milroe will keep this one. And tiptoe out of bounds.
You know, Harold Perkins can do a lot of things on the football field, but sometimes those great players you want to throw right at them. And this one, perfect touch for the big play.
They say what a great player he is defensively in space. He was lost in space a little bit on that one.
He probably had the running back right from the get-go, and he took one step in, and he was beat.
So Alabama has got plenty of time here. Milroe pumped once. Now he's going deep and almost picked off. Nice coverage back there by Major Burns.
I'll tell you, Jalen, he's a cool customer in the pocket. I've done this. Been a while ago, but I can remember when you're getting sacked, you get nervous, and past experience gets in your head. But he just hangs in there. He trusts, and he attacks with the football.
Got a LSU player down defensively. That's why we've got a round of boos here, thinking that they're trying to slow down Alabama's offense. It is Major Burns down on the turf. A third down and 6 for Alabama, and we'll check on Burns when we come back.
Adam Zucker in New York coming up on the Geico Halftime Report. BJ, Rick, and I will get you caught up on all of today's action. And how about Bo Nix? It's 6 for Nix so far in this game for Oregon against Cal. 4 passing touchdowns and 2 on the ground. Has his own Heisman campaign going. 56 on the board with about 8 minutes left. Top-ranked one-loss team will have Southern Cal next week, guys.
6 for Nix. I like that, Adam. That's a good one.
Another guy we saw early in his career, right?
Yep. At Auburn, great transfer to Oregon. Here's the end of the play. Major Burns, this guy that made the play, got a hand on that pass, and then really hit hard on his face mask. He got up and looked like he was okay until he took a few more steps, and then this.
Yeah, and you got to give him the benefit of the doubt here. I did not see him look over at the bench and get a signal. He just may have been a bit dizzy, and he took a stand. That's going to be on LSU, I think. They were in the neutral zone. Let's see what happens here.
Everybody pointing in the other direction.
I think it was a reaction by Booker on this play.
Seth McLaughlin, the center, in there saying, no, wasn't us.
I think it's going to be on LSU.
False start. Offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, what is he supposed to do? I thought when the neutral zone was encroached right at him, you could make a move. Watch this play. I think that's a normal reaction. I do not like that call. If he was going sideways, that'd be one thing, but it's right after him.
Gene Steratore had a long day. Gene, you agree with us?
Yeah, I definitely do, Brad. Look, he's in the neutral zone when the offense reacts. That's a defensive foul for sure. Yes.
Milroe trying to run out of trouble. Jalen Milroe still going, looking for a block. And he got out at the 21-yard line with an Alabama first down.
Well, there's no neutral zone when Jalen Milroe has the ball. He's all fast forward, right up the middle, poor rush lanes. And when you got these great athletes at quarterback, you can't do that. You must force him to get outside of the pocket wide.
Remember now, they've still got all 3 timeouts, 1:20 to work with.
You sure as heck don't want to give the ball to LSU with a minute to go.
Nope. Just outside the red side. Milroe scans the field. He's going to take off again. No, he's going to throw late. And would have been a touchdown, a walk-in for Isaiah Bond, and that one just sailed out of it.
And you could say he had plenty of room to run, but you can't turn down a touchdown. Watch out. I mean, he's clapping hands. He knows he missed a touchdown here. This is the right decision.
Whew. That one took off on him. Oh.
Bond looks behind him like nobody can be behind me, right?
Back to the drawing board. 2nd down and 10. Run all the way for Milroe. Blockers in front, but not enough blockers. Maybe got a yard. And the guy that made the play lost his helmet. That's Toviano, and he's going to have to come out for at least a play. Coming up, Geico halftime report. Adam, Rick, and BJ. All the highlights of today. And they'll give their perspective on our first half.
Really have to salute those LSU DBs, you know, called into action. 3 true freshmen are in the game. Toviano, one of them. They haven't been perfect, obviously, but, you know, they're out there. They were not expected to be playing in this game, I can tell you that.
Remember, LSU gets the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So Alabama would love a score here with just over a minute to go in this quarter. Milroe thinking about throwing it again, and now he takes off. Jalen Milroe, touchdown, Alabama. On 3rd and 9, a 21-yard touchdown scamper.
Watch his acceleration. He's pretending that he's going to throw the ball to the outside. He knows he's going to keep it. Then watch his acceleration when he turns up right now. Boom. He's a 4-4 sprinter, and you saw it right there.
Put it in overdrive when he made that cut. He's got his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. And LSU's offside on the extra point. It's up and good by Reichert. The right side of the LSU defense jumped.
Offsides. Defense, number 4. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is the try is good.
Not a bad drive. 9 plays. The quarterback missed one easy one, but he finished one good one.
That's for sure. 9 plays and 74 yards in a little over 2 minutes, and the Tide back in front, courtesy of number 4. Jalen Milroe has that $1 million smile.
He does, doesn't he?
21-14.
We visited with him a couple weeks ago before the Tennessee game. Was that what it was? Yeah. He came in just like that.
And it only got better as we talked to him more and more. And then after that, the Jenny interview with the cigars and Nick Saban, and that was awesome.
So watch this acceleration from field level here. You can tell from the crowd in the background when he turns it on. Easy, easy, easy.
Whoa. Oof. Man. 165 through the air. 83 on the ground and 3 times in the end zone on the ground.
Isn't it interesting, when we were visiting with Tommy Reese prior to that Tennessee game, I go, when are you going to start using Milroe's legs? And he goes, it's coming. It's coming. Well, here it is.
Now 1 timeout left for LSU and 1:01 remaining on the clock from the 25. A little touch pass to Jackson, and that doesn't gain much. They're going to set up in a hurry and see if they can get a first down and maybe get something going to get down in field goal territory. Daniels to the near side, nobody home, way short of Malik Neighbors, the closest guy.
Stop route to the outside. He's on Kool-Aid McKinstry to the bottom of the screen right here. Stop, just poor accuracy with the throw. Quarterback and receiver not on the same page on that one.
Now, with 36 seconds left, 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, and Alabama with all 3 timeouts.
Right. They do not want to give it back to Jalen Milroe. Daniels going to take off on his own. He's going to get the 1st down, and he's still going. Daniels, can they track him down? Finally, they do. Wow, what a run again.
I hope we don't have a camera on Nick Saban right now, because he might pop a blood vessel in his other eye after this one right here. Letting the quarterback get free on this amount of time on the clock. It's the one thing they could not have.
Kevin Steele said to us, when Daniels scrambles, it's not for 10 or 11 yards, it's for 30 or 40 or 50. That was for 40.
Both of these guys are such weapons.
Flag down here with 24 seconds to go in the half.
Snap infraction. Offense. LSU has elected to take their 3rd timeout to offset the 10-second runoff. Timeout, LSU.
So there's their last timeout gone to not have a runoff on the clock and save as many seconds as they could. And
yeah, it was the center that time. Yes.
He moved it right into his own body and then tried to put it back down. It's not going to work for Charles Turner.
Burned a very valuable timeout. Now remember, college ball a little different. If you do get a 1st down compared to the NFL, clock will stop, give you time to get up and spike the ball. So you can still throw anywhere on the field with this play.
Ramos, career long, is 48 yards.
Take a peek on that last tackle on Daniels. Yes, that could have been called as a horse collar.
First and 15. More importantly, no timeouts for the Tigers. They'll empty the backfield again. Daniels taking a lot of time and now taking off again. Jaden Daniels inside the 20. Daniels all the way to the sideline where he has to go out, and now we got a late flag at the end of the run. And that took 11 seconds. And Terrion Arnold is down.
Yeah, there might have been a late block on the play. Yes, a late clip from behind.
Oh, and then he ran into his own man.
Yes.
Personal foul. Illegal blindside block. Offense, number 1. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. 1st down.
Either way, whether this block was a blindside or a clip, it was a silly block from behind.
Right there.
Yep, even if we'd gotten in front of him, it would have been called blindside block. And for Caleb Downs,
I think the worst of it is after Caleb Downs, his own man.
Yeah, I think Terrion Arnold is the guy. And remember, Arnold was concussed earlier this season to miss some time.
And he's up and walking off, so that's a good sign.
And they'll have to be very careful and check him out. The second one could be very dangerous.
He's telling his teammates, I'm good, I'm good.
Yeah,
but this doesn't feel good right there. And that's after getting shoved from behind, so the penalty is going to move it back outside the 20.
So it was a 1st down on the play, and then it'll come back.
Right.
1st down and 1.
This is a good one. You haven't had a lot of these. 1st and 1.
1st and 1, but it's at the 26.
And complicated with no timeouts.
And only 13 seconds. So you got a couple of plays.
Can't hold it long, because if you don't.
Daniels throws, caught, and a touchdown. Kyron Lacey.
Boy, he poured this one in, didn't he? Remember we were talking about Alabama doesn't want to score too early? I guess they did, but it was the 2 big runs, and then he pours it inside to Lacey.
With time basically running out in the half, Jaden Daniels does this.
Yep.
And then the run after catch, about 10 extra yards.
Yep. Spun in, he was in. We took another look at it. His knee wasn't down. What 2 great drives by these 2 great quarterbacks and their football teams.
What a first half. Ramos in for the point after. Third tie of the game.
And just remember this. LSU will get the ball to start the second half. It looks like one of those games. Whoever has the ball last will win. This is the key play right here.
40 yards.
Alabama, look, guys, in the backfield. Story has got his back to Jaden Daniels as he's running, covering his man-to-man. He has no idea. And then the throw, the spin, and a touchdown drive to finish the half.
LSU knows that a 56-second drive in 75 yards in just 5 plays might end up being the difference in the ball game when you score late in the second quarter, and then you get the second half kickoff in the third. If you get points out of that middle 4 minutes or middle 8 minutes.
Now, Jaden Daniels is drawing a lot of comparisons, you know, for the NFL draft. I mean, it seems to me that he's going to go very, very high. People talk about him as being, you know, look at Anthony Richardson went high. You know.
I think he's more polished than Anthony Richardson.
Way more polished. Richardson's size is what got him, and his measurables. Jaden Daniels is way more. You can see he's going to be a top 10 pick.
There's still 2 seconds left.
I mean, he's got Lamar Jackson skills, the way he can run in the free open space.
Don't miss the series premiere of Lawmen. Bass Reeves streaming tomorrow exclusively on Paramount Plus. There'll be a couple of shootouts with Bass Reeves. We got a shootout in Tuscaloosa. 21-21. And 2 seconds remaining. The line of scrimmage is the 41-yard line. We know Jalen Milroe can throw it way down there, but so does LSU. They got 4 guys about 40 yards back in coverage. And let's see if he's going to uncork one here. Jermaine Burton, I don't think, has caught a pass tonight. Milroe. And a flag. Flag is going to be a holding call probably, and it'll negate a big run for him to end the half. So LSU will
holding
decline.
Offense number 65. The penalty is declined. The half is over.
It's been quite a half, though.
Boy, it's been a lot of fun when you watch number 4 and number 5 between number 14 and number 8. And the West crown could be at stake in this one, or at least the driver's seat in the SEC West is. And we still got a half to go. Brian Kelly is with Jenny.
Coach, you said every single play was going to matter in this game. How did that first half play into that narrative?
Yeah, I mean, look, both quarterbacks are elusive. You know, both teams can make plays. It's about getting stops, really. You know, we let the back out twice where they made big plays on our defense. But we come back offensively and make a, you know, obviously a great individual play down at the end. This is the way it's going to be for 4 quarters. So, you know, buckle up. We got more work to do.
It's a fun one, Coach. Thank you.
That's exactly it.
I don't know if that's just for Jenny or for all of us to buckle up. Jaden Daniels and Jalen Milroe. What a show in the first half. End of the half. Score 21-21. Now we send you Adam Zucker in our New York studio for the Geico Halftime Report.
Yeah, Ness, we need some seatbelts back here as well. What a way to end the half. Coming up here on the Geico Halftime Report, a busy Saturday elsewhere in the CFP Top 10. We'll get you all caught up after this word from your local station.